Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Jeez, I can't even speak. I'm John. That's Blaine. This is Crypto Mondays here at ClickTrack Profit on the glorious Steam blockchain, D-Tube, YouTubes, iTubes, B-Tubes, V-Tubes, YouTubes. We're going to have some fun tonight. I got an awesome thing that we're going to talk about. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. But before we dive into it, let's check in on the brains behind the operation, Mr. Blaine Jones, see how his weekend was, how he's doing with life, and how positive he feels about everything we're doing here at CTP.
Everything's great, John.
That's it? That's it?
No, so I'm working on I'm working on a couple things. Actually, I'm always working on a couple things. But the biggest thing is that the IPN for CTP tokens is coming along. I'm working with pinging off the blockchain and trying making it into this compact thing where we can just give it to other sites to be able to use outside of CTP alone. So that's the overall goal, is for everybody to be able to easily use the CTP token on all of their sites. With that, we'll be accepting CTP token as a payment method in the near future. How near? I don't know.
But it will be near.
Yeah, so not less than a year, more than a day or two.
Less than a year, more than a day. How about that? There you go. No, that's cool, man. It's funny because today I was actually I co-hosted Tribe Talk with Pensif on the Steam blockchain. Every Monday, basically what happens is Pensif, one of the better content creators on Steam, he creates these kind of Q&A live streams. It's on a Discord channel, and dozens and dozens of people come and listen to this. So today I was. He kind of had a scheduling conflict because I was going to be interviewed about ClickTrack Profit. That's pushed back actually till next week, Monday. But this week he's like, dude, how about you come up and join as co-host? So I was like, yeah, cool, for sure. So I got interviewed. Me and Pensif interviewed Elizabeth Powell, and Roadscape. The guy's name is Tim from Steam It Inc. So that's the managing director of Steam It Inc. as well as the lead programming guy. And we were talking about communities, SMTs, tribes, and how everything fits into place. So next week, I kind of got this thing in my head where it would be awesome if we could just, jump up and say, hey, here's the IPN. Look, this is what we're doing at CTP. All the other tribes are talking about, burning tokens, and here we've got a real use case for the tokens. So that would be amazing. So hopefully that's less than a year, more than a day away. But regardless, I will be talking about it and getting people excited about it because the use case for that is pretty cool. So yeah, we'll be doing that next week. So if you guys are around 4 p.m. Eastern, because it's 8 UTC, PM, whatever that is, I have no idea. But it's 4 p.m. Eastern next week, Monday, if you guys are interested in swinging by as well. So we got, I'm seeing, I put this link out in Discord. If any of you guys ever want to join and jump up on cam, that's kind of what we do each and every Monday. So I'm just bringing Eric up here. Sorry, dude, I didn't see you. I didn't see there. Okay. Anyways, Eric is here somewhere. There he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on, Burgoyne? How you doing, man?
Good. Just got the ham in the oven and just had to baste.
There you go. Cool. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you Canadians, Eric and me and whoever else.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
happy Columbus Day.
Yeah, and Columbus Day for especially you, Blaine. Happy Columbus Day. I know you take.
I'm pretty sure we renamed it something other than Columbus Day.
It's not. It's no longer Columbus Day. It's.
I mean, technically, Columbus Day is the federal holiday,
right?
But we all recognize that Columbus was a very not a great person.
He
didn't find anything. He actually landed in the Bahamas. So.
Facts.
Well, yeah, facts.
Nothing but facts.
You're mixing facts with common knowledge, I guess.
So. Yeah.
Well, happy Monday then.
No, it's in a lot of the states now. It's Happy Indigenous Day.
It's what?
Indian Day, if you
Indian
will.
Day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day. Okay. Well, happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
I mean,
Happy.
we're all indigenous of something or somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Yeah. Oh, Sharon says happy Thanksgiving and
Happy
Columbus
Hanukkah.
Day.
happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Mazel tov.
What do they call Canadian Hanukkah?
Hanukkah A.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah A.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay.
If you're from Minnesota.
So here we go. This is going to be, I planned this out. This is actually I had this idea. I was reading this book this past week and really gave me a cool idea to talk about kind of like our approach to not only building businesses, but using the blockchain as an example. So you guys we got to use a little bit of creative thinking, guys. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of creative thinking and a little bit of knowledge of how a blockchain works. Now, this is how a blockchain works. Block is produced. The next block has to confirm that block is okay, so it moves on to the next block. That's very basic blockchain technology. So the code is confirmed that everything is legit. It moves on to the next one. It does not move on to the next one until consensus has reached. That means that everybody has to confirm that this is good information. Let's move on to the next. So it's a chain. It's a chain link, right? Think of it as it's linked. It's taking all the code and everything on this block, bringing it to the next one, the next one, the next one. Everything is beautiful, hunky-dory. It's progressing. It's plus oneing. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay, we're gonna use a little creative thinking here, okay? Because what I would recommend that we do, especially in the affiliate marketing circles, is that we need to blockchain our life. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Blockchaining our life. So, take all of the experience that happened yesterday, everything we've learned, everything we've gathered, and then we move on to the next day, progressing, right? It progresses. Now, if you know the way a blockchain works, it can't just, if you want to change something completely in your life, or sorry, in the blockchain, you can't just go on to the next day. It has to hard fork. It has to go this way, and then consensus has to be reached to make a chain. So it never looks back. You can't edit what happened the previous day, but you're moving forward and you're making major changes in your life. So if we blockchain our life, and if we want to make these changes in our life, we need to hard fork certain things that we're doing. In my mind, this makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it's making a lot of sense out there to you guys, but I think that if we blockchained our life and we continued to improve, and if we wanted to make changes, we never looked back. We never said, you know what? I should have done this. I could have done this. This would have been great if I did this, but I move into a different direction. I keep everything that I've learned, everything that I've experienced, and I move forward. Then we start building something really special. If this makes any sense, can I get an amen? No? Or no?
How about it's life, whether it's you want to change or not?
What's that?
Well, you're always going forward. You can't go backwards in life.
Absolutely.
So basically, if you want to change, you're taking a different fork. So a hard fork.
Hard fork. Right?
So it's all life.
But the point being is that the way that, see, this is my thinking. The way, well, thank you, Michael. I'm glad it makes sense. The way I'm thinking is that we get stuck in these patterns of repeated cycle, the internet marketing vortex of doom that I've called it for years, right? We get stuck in this way of doing things. And blockchains are really unique because the way that they function is that everything has to be confirmed from the last block to the new block to the new block. And if you want to make a change, you can't just rely on the blockchain. You have to make a change to the blockchain. You have to say, okay, I don't like the way that this payout is. I've got a fork so that everybody agrees and that we move forward. So taking this kind of like just like you said, Eric, it's your life, but this is really making a lot of sense in my head, but the more I'm talking, the more I'm confusing myself. So I apologize to everybody that's out there that I have this in my head. This is why I was like, I really want to talk about it. I wanted to hash it out with you guys. But this to me is a fantastic way of a different way of looking at the internet marketing vortex of doom. Instead of doing the same old thing over and over and over and over and over again, hard fork, change something. Take everything you've learned, all the good experiences, the bad experiences, but you're not holding on to it, right? If you failed at list building last year, don't say, oh, I suck at list building and I'm never going to try it again. If you failed at personal branding or blogging, a couple of months ago, don't say today, oh, this sucks and I'm never going to do it again. Hard fork it, man. Like, seriously, try something different that takes everything you know, but makes a change to the code, to your operating system. Change your operating system. Change it from doing the same old into, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to move. I'm going to move this way. I'm not going to go straight. I'm going to kind of divert a little bit. I hope that makes. I'm going to shut up now and just listen to you guys talk about this for a second, because it's all just spinning in my head. And
well, it makes sense. It's like life every day. You want to make changes, you have to go and make a change. You can't go back.
But isn't it amazing how people are stuck in the past?
Yes.
That's my thing.
I mean, I wish we could go back. I'd love to be 29 again. What the heck?
Well, yeah.
You know, hey,
yeah.
Let's get at her, you know.
I think that notoriously, I agree, Eliana. Yeah, it's full of hard forks. I just think that notoriously, we as a community, as an industry, we get stuck in our ways and we refuse to make that change necessary. And like, in my opinion, blockchains are as close to the perfect potential for technology that there can get. With coding and centralized applications, there's always a control issue. But when you deal with decentralization, it's consensus. It's for it to be secured. So when I'm thinking of this in a blockchain way of thinking, I'm just like, man, how do you get out of that rut? Does that make sense? I'm having a hard time explaining this. Well, yeah, Jen, it is. Change can be scary, but for me, it's like it's necessary. Like every decision you've made, so every block that has been produced, every decision you have made has brought you to this point right now, where on the 14th of October, the number on top of Blaine's head, right now, you are listening to us talk. So every decision has brought you to this point right now in your entire life. If you are totally happy with where you're at, cool. Personally, myself, I know I can make changes. I know I can fork a little bit. I know I can get out of the rut, let's say. And if we develop that mentality, I think building businesses, building, solid foundations for our business will be a lot easier. Does this make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
What do you think, Blake? I'm trying to get you all fired up, man.
I mean, so when I think of changes and necessary changes to progress forward with things, I instantly go back to like learning how to ride a bike. Right? So you start with the 4 wheels, you got the 2 wheels, and then the little helper wheels in the back. And then you're forced to remove those, or somebody removes them for you. Right. And then you ride it and you fall over. But then you have to make a change and figure out why you fell over. And you get back up and you try again. Sure, you scrape your knee, you bump your elbow, you hit your head, because back in my day, we didn't really wear helmets or any safety precautions by any means.
Right.
But you still get back up and you try again. If it took you a day, a week, a month, you still kept at it and kept trying. I mean, we all learned how to write. So we can learn how to do other things and progress with our lives, with our businesses, with our capabilities. And I'm always looking to try new things. Training wheels, that's what they're called. I forgot. So
training wheels, yes. It's funny you mention that, because I have this written down. Mastery takes time. That's actually, I have that written down right at the bottom of my list. And then I put a little asterisk beside it, as I wanted to say, yeah, we're producing good blocks. So we're kind of mining. If you're familiar with mining and crypto mining, we're mining our life. Like if we take this example. But mastery takes time. To get our blockchain where we want it to go, it's going to take time. And and this is what I put the little asterisk beside, if you aren't willing to invest a year in whatever you're doing, and I'm not just saying click track profit, I'm not just saying CTP talk or Steam or anything like that, like anything, and like health related, going to the gym, if you're not willing to invest a year into any endeavor, you should stop now, because mastery takes time.
Fun.
What's that?
I was kidding.
I didn't hear you.
Stop. I was gonna stop just because it was funny.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, stop. Right. Yeah. So you left. I get. Okay, sorry. Took a second. Now I get it. Right. Yeah. This is Monday, Crypto Mondays, folks. Yeah, over my head.
Yeah, right over his head.
Yeah, it's okay. I got it now, though. It kind of went over my head and then came back around. So, but dude, like seriously, it's amazing to me. And we talked about this the past couple of weeks, because CTP again is entering its 3rd month into relaunch, and this is when it's the not sexy time. This is when people they're in their patterns. So they've either got really good daily habits, and see, a lot of you guys, you don't understand that me and Blaine track everything. So we know who's logging in every day. We know who's taking action. We know who's doing the lessons. And there's a whole lot of people that say, rah, rah, yeah, we got to do this, but don't do it. So the question, if you are totally happy with where you're at right now, I salute you. I would recommend as an entrepreneur that you're not happy, you're not comfortable. You need to hard fork. You need to do things, those positive daily habits that continue you to grow. That you might not see results for 6 months from now, but you know what? You're going to have a track record or a portfolio of action-taking endeavors. Let's say that's more Scrabble friendly, behind you, so that when you're 6 months into this, you can look back and go, wow, look what I've done. Look what I've accomplished. I made that blog post on Friday about 663 pieces of content I've done on the Steam blockchain. I've been on Steam for like 663 days, and I did 650 pieces of content. That's roughly a piece of content every single day. So regardless of how I look at myself or think of myself, there is a track record of a guy that shows up almost every day for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. That shows not me. Like, I mean, for me, it is what it is. I mean, I have my own kind of measuring stick for how I'm performing online or whatever, but imagine someone who's thinking of investing in CTP, and they hear about me and Blaine getting on camera all the time and talking about how important it is to stay the course, be in front of people. And then I made one blog post over the past year. That person will look at me and go, okay, well, this is not a company I want to spend money in. But now they see that, holy moly donut shop, not only has this guy been producing content there, he's also writing for a bunch of other blogs. So here's a year and a half, 2 years of content. So regardless of how I feel I'm doing, the positive daily habits that I have done has got a track record now of showing up every day doing this stuff. This is why what you choose to do every single day will have a huge lasting impression on not only your own business, but for other people's opinion of you, how they look at you. And I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's just showing up every day and doing these little things each and every day. So I shared this. This was I'll put this in here for you guys. I put it in Discord too. Not Discord. Whatchamacallit? In Telegram a bunch of times. And this is a new infographic I did, and kind of the message behind it, how we want to blockchain our life. Basically the idea was, if you started building a list a year ago, launching a YouTube channel a year ago, writing a blog a year ago, stuck with your business a year ago, or learning every day a year ago, how far ahead would we be? How far ahead would you be if you did one or two of these things every single day for the next year. That's where you've got, this is the blockchain the life, the hard forking the life. Don't just say that you're about this stuff, do this stuff. Big shout out to everybody that came to the show today. I know Eric was there, Mike was there, Eliana was there too. Just little things like that means a lot. Like, it means a lot to me. I mean, might not mean a lot to you guys, but the fact that you guys showed up and continue to show up and continue to support, I mean, that means a lot. And I'll remember that. I'll put that in my memory bank and keep going forward,
But I never did get my questions answered.
Oh, no? What were the questions? No. I can answer. I can try to. Or is it?
I don't think you can, because they didn't seem to be able to either.
No, this is the biggest problem with blockchain stuff, is that they talk techie. They don't talk.
Well, they sort of talked around it and wouldn't answer the question. And I wasn't the only person asking it. And the question was, right, with SMTs coming out 3 to 6 months from now, are SMTs and tokens and tribes going to work together? Are they going to be competitors? Are they going to be compatible? I mean, you've got Splinter Land, I think that's the new name of it, going with EOS and bringing other tokens in. Mm-hmm. And Smart Engine's doing, Steam Engine's doing the same thing. So what's going to happen when you get SMTs?
Well,
and nobody seemed to be able to answer it.
This is my thought on it. There'll definitely be two separate things, because one will be like SMTs will be fully on the Steam blockchain. Like, the way it's a smart contract with Steam Engine, so it's a separate chain, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up, Neo? What's going on, man? So it's a separate chain. Now, when this comes to fruition, an SMT will be its own token, but it will be on the blockchain. It'll be on Steam. It will operate. There's no side chaining, right?
Right.
That being said, they will, I'm guaranteeing, like, it would make total sense, especially how invested Aggro is into everything and the whole Splinterlands and stuff like that. They will want to piggyback. So they'll probably peg it similar to the way Steam peg its Steam P in Steam Engine. So I'm assuming what they'll do is that they'll have a peg. So the CTP peg would be like the token on Steam, for example. So that's what I would assume, because I don't think they're going to want to, how much money some of these tribes have invested in their business.
I agree.
Just Steam Leo alone, it's astronomical. Like, I know what that guy spent to start that, and it's not peanuts, even at 14-cent Steam. So I don't see how they're not going to work together, but it will be two separate things completely. So
my wondering was, are you going to end up with tokens and SMT as well? Like, are they going to have both, and then
it'll be pegged.
Basically just pegged? Okay.
It'll be pegged. So it'll be the same token, just on two different. So the CTP pegged token would be on Steam, and then the CTP token as is would be on Steam Engine, but they would be 1-to-1. They would the ratio that would be 1=1, just like ENG equals 1 Steam, or a Steam peg equals 1 Steam. That's how, the only way I can see how they do it. Again, like I mentioned in the show today, I'm the idiot. I'm not the tech guy. I represent the people that just want to use the stuff.
Yeah, I know that, but you weren't the one that was asked, and the other two seem to evade the question.
Right. Well, personally, this is what I think. I think that as much as Steam It Inc. goes, oh yeah, that's great, tribes are awesome, I think they're a little pissed that came out before SMTs did, because SMTs were the game changer, right?
And if they'd gotten off their, we're still taping, if they'd gone off their butts and actually did it instead of talking about it for 3 years,
right,
you wouldn't have Steam Engine today,
right? And then this is my tip of the hat to Steam Engine. That's what's awesome about Steam. It's the blockchain of opportunity. This is why I'm trying to get CTP members more into Steam, because of the stuff you can do on this. This blockchain, it's not theory. It's not like, oh, we'll try this in a year when we have the ability to do it. You can build on this blockchain now. You can build lists on this blockchain. You can build games on this blockchain. You can build your own community on this block. Like Steam is just infinite on the possibilities that entrepreneurs can leverage. And definitely. This is why I'm still here, and why, you know, I read that review that we got done, Glenn did, of CTP, and that was a huge part of it, was how we adopted Steam and brought Steam into the forefront for people. So personally, I can't think of a better blockchain to use for what we're trying to do, regardless of price. I mean, people are so pissed about price. It's what it is what it is. I mean, don't worry about the price yet. Worry about the
well, I don't worry about the price for a year or two down the road, but because it just adds, you can add to it now.
Oh yeah, grow. And there's less people creating right now. That's the thing, right?
But it's also
if Steam was $1 or $2, you'd have everybody and their mother creating on it. You know, so now it's easier for you guys to build brands out there. It's easier for you guys to get followers. It's easier for you guys to build entire followings on Steam now. And this is why me and Blaine push CTP Talk. This is why we tell people every single day, get out there and create. Because this is the time. It's not the time when everybody and their mother is trying to create. It's not the time when everybody and their mother is trying to buy crypto. That's not the time. The time is now, the building phase, the accumulation phase. Put the effort in now for 2 to 3 years down the road. We got to be, this is the problem with affiliate marketing, is that we're never proactive about things. We sit on our hands and we wait for someone else to do it. We sit on our butts and we don't wait to take charge and say, you know what, this is not guaranteed, but potentially. This is what entrepreneurship is, right? It's potential. It's best case scenarios. That's how we think. That's how we're wired. So for me, I'm not spending tens of thousands of dollars at this stuff. I'm spending a little bit of time saying, you know what, this is somewhere where I think we should be. We've spent a little bit of money developing this stuff. Absolutely, Neo. I mean, when Steam was $3.50, everybody all the YouTube creators came over. All the experts on Facebook and Twitter came over. Everybody who's all rah about Steam then. What has changed other than price? That's it. Like, the technology's gotten better, actually. Hi, Bonnie. How you doing?
Well, even when I first got on, which a month after you, when you finally hauled me over here, Steam was what, $2?
Well, it was higher than that, man. It
was $2.53?
Because if you
that's right, it was $5.
It was about $5. Yeah.
And I couldn't afford it. I started very slowly, curating and posting, and away I went. And, well, it got so cheap that, hey, I managed to start being able to buy.
Right. Well, that's, this is the time to buy.
I put in a few $100s.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like thousands of dollars. You didn't go and spend 10 grand on this stuff. You spent a couple $100, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm over 700 in Steam power, and I've got 11,000 in CTP power now, and I've got 100,000 sports and this and that, and I'm investing and selling on Steam Engine every day.
Right. And
I've got probably, I don't know, $600-700 worth of stuff over in Steam Engine now, and I'm just growing, and when I can, I put more in.
Yep, that's it, man. Build now. Now's the time to build.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now's the time to build and just create. And this is what the best thing about it is that it's like, I mean, other than the cost of maybe 50 Steam and like the cost of your account, if you go through Steam Ninja to buy your account, it's pretty close to free money down the road, right? I mean, you're creating now for the potential down the road, and you're growing this each and every day. And I don't want to say it's free money, because there is costs involved, and it's the inflation, and it gets really super techy. But it's, again, why we're recommending you guys look at CTP Token now. I mean, I'm not saying CTP Token is going to be on par with Steam. I mean, we all have goals and dreams and aspirations. It'll be better, yes. But
that's what I want to hear from the creators. I don't want to hear it's not going to be.
Well, Blaine's playing. He's being the salesman right now. I'm trying to be the lowered expectations guy. You know what I mean? Keep it civil. But no, it's why we recommend people look at Steam and look not Steam. Why we recommend people look at the CTP token. Why we recommend to look at the miners. It's because now is the time to accumulate and buy. It's not when me and Blaine go and launch the IPN, because you know what's going to happen when the IPN and the news gets out that people can actually buy and sell this stuff with products now. It'll be the first of its kind on Steam Engine. It will skyrocket because no one invests in this stuff reasonably. They totally invest emotionally. It's all emotion. When everything's in the green, that's when everybody's like, oh, I got to put money in. No, it's when it's in the red. It's when it's not being talked about that much, just the inner circle stuff. You know, this is the time to accumulate. This is the time to build this stuff, use it, flip it, touch it, feel it, see what happens. Now is the time. You know, well, thank you, Neo. I try, man. I'm doing my best.
And another thing, John, when you get a second, you might explain. I was a question somebody wrote a short blog post today, asking he's got building up his Steam CTP tokens, but he wanted to know what the advantages of the miners are. Right. And should he get more tokens or more miners? I gave him my answer, but what's your answer?
Well, I believe in the three-pronged attack for creating content and getting people to know, like, and trust you on CTP Talk, right? So, number one, we need to be engaging. It's right back there. Engaging is number one, okay? So we need to engage every single day. We need to talk, comment. Number two is that we want to create. We want to create content. We always want to be doing something creative. And number three is curation. So you want to be liking other people's stuff and growing your CTP power through curation. So that's the three-pronged attack. But let's say you work a 9-to-5 and you have screaming babies or grandkids at your house, and you know what? As much as you'd love to go and content create, it's just not in the cards, or you're not comfortable yet blogging every day. Well, this is where the miners would come in, because the miners, depending on how many you stake, will help you grow your CTP stock. They will help you, your stock, your units, your tokens. It will help grow it, not automatically because it's actually mining, it's doing something. But this is why miners are a really good option as the fourth option in that kind of three-pronged attack. So if you have the passion, if you have the the wherewithal, the stick-to-itiveness and the determination to blog every day, to curate every day, to engage every day, sure, get miners, but you know, that's not as important as you just rolling up your sleeves and typing. But let's say you don't feel too comfortable, you're not in there yet, you're not Jennifer Nieto yet. You comment a little bit, this and this and this, then for sure get some miners, because the miners will help you build your CTP stake every day while you are kind of finding your voice. So that's the answer. That's the official.
Okay, well, here's my answer. It's a little different than yours. I said the miners are wonderful, especially if you're like myself and Sharon. We go mountain camping, and up in the Rockies, where we are, there are no cell phones usage. You can't get a signal. Or if you get sick, or if you go on spend the next 2 weeks on the beach and don't want to see your cell phone, period. They're great because miners are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can just set them and leave them.
Yep.
And buy them and leave them and let you do the work. So even if you're blogging every day, which this particular person says he is, you're still going to earn more CTP tokens from the miners.
Right.
So if you get sick, for example, and you're in the hospital, you don't have to worry about not earning any tokens, because you'll be automatically earning some. Not as many, but you'll be still earning some.
Right. It's a leverage of time. It's all code. It's all technology. So why not leverage it? And I mean, CTP miners. This is our little plug for CTP miners. They're 2 Steam each. I mean, and Steam's 14 cents each right now, so 28 cents gets you a CTP miner. I mean, now, are you going to mine 20 CTP tokens a day with one miner? No, but you stake these things. You start, and you come to these events, and we usually give them away. I mean, so it's like they're really just. It's a really good example because you never know what could happen. But it'd be nice that you're not stuck behind your computer. You can kind of sit back and enjoy the fruits of its labor. So
it's like I've got 50. I don't make a ton of off of it.
Right.
But I get tokens every day.
Right. And that's the thing. It's accumulation. It's every day.
Yeah.
Right. This is the thing. This is the worst thing that you can do, I think, as a content creator. And I'm kind of piggybacking off the miner example here, is get going and then stop. Right. This I think kills more people's productivity online than anything at all. They get going and they stop. And when I mean get going, I'm not saying 1 or 2 days of effort. I'm talking 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month or 2 of effort, and then just stop. Just stop. Something might happen, whatever. But with the miners, you can piggyback off that and watch how I loop this all together here. Miners you can do this with, right? Because you don't need to be there to do it. Well, guess in an affiliate marketing frame of mind, if you have your funnels set up, guess what does all the work for you, just like the miners do if you do have something happen? Your list, your autoresponder series. People are always joining the top of the funnel, and they go through the process of getting emails and emails. Yeah, you want to. That's your email list is mining money. How's that? How's that to bring it all home, baby? I just
there you
looped
go.
it all.
Beautiful.
Come on, Blaine. Talk to me, man. Tell me that wasn't great.
That's actually the best analogy that I've heard overall. Like, if you understand miners and how they continue to give back and give back and give back, a proper email list will do the exact same thing every day of the week. And I preach all day long about building your list, building your list, building your list.
Only a lot faster.
What's that?
Only the mailing list will work a lot faster than the miners.
Well, it depends, right? I mean,
It depends how many miners.
Well, it depends on how good your list is to begin with.
Yeah.
More than how many miners you got.
Do you have 1,000 crappy?
Well, yeah, if you have 1 million or 2 miners, yeah, you could.
Dude,
you might have a good competition.
I'm plugging email marketing here again for a second. There you go, Neo. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. So I was talking to Blaine like we always do, back and forth. And today I sent an email out, and I don't know if you guys have been noticing the past 2 emails I've sent. The focus of the email was actually the traffic wave link, like to join the CTP team build. So what's hilarious, and this is kind of like Blaine was saying, how it like just, the miners kind of feed your tokens, and then the email list kind of feeds your bank account. Well, this goes back to the whole, like, you're going to make more money using the tools than you ever will referring people to it. Well, here's kind of like the beauty of email marketing. I'm actually taking that advice, but now I'm not only making more money getting people into CTP and into the miners and into the seminar tonight, but I'm also referring people to the team build. So because of my email marketing, because I focus on the email marketing first in affiliate marketing, I'm able to pull people to different programs and different things, because I didn't put, traffic wave, let's say, that wasn't my focus. My focus was CTP. My focus was building the list. Now I can kind of take that and automatically kind of put people, I can recommend people programs and stuff. I thought that was an interesting tidbit. Kind of, sort of. Text message. See how I totally changed that up? Isn't that crazy? I'm all over the place. It is all 45 minutes, so I'm going to shut down the recording on YouTubes and DTubes. So thank you guys for watching on DTube. The stream is still going, but you should be here live, folks. I say this every single time because now comes the fun part of the events. So sorry YouTube, sorry DTube. You should be here at the live stuff.